Hubby and I were sitting on the porch as Little Bit rode her bicycle on the concrete. We were sitting there enjoying the great outdoors. It had rained that morning, so the temperature had come down quite a bit. There was a slight breeze, still clouds in the sky. Nothing dramatic was happening besides the bird trying to catch his dinner from Little Bit's window. Then I remembered something that I had seen the last time Little Bit and I were outside on the porch. In the new puddle that had formed was a rock that previously was on dry ground. I am an avid rock collector. My favorite rocks are the ones with the imperfections. The ones that are miscolored, have striations, and interesting designs due to erosion. I remembered that this one had caught my eye before. Now that hubby was home, he could go under the tree and grab it from the puddle for me. So, he brought it to me. It filled my hand, and it was covered in mud. I went inside and washed it off. The outside of the rock after washing was kind of a yellow hue and quite rigid. It also had quite a few brown spots, maybe from sitting in the mud. Maybe it is naturally yellow and brown. But then, the other side of the rock. It wasn't completely rock, only half. The other side was the inside of the rock. Instead of the yellow-brown, rigid surface, I was met with a crystal-like mineral. I've always seen geodes in the store, but never have I found one. I was amazed. I took it back outside and showed it to hubby. It was then that I realized that I am this rock. We are this rock. We go through trials in our life that seem like there is no end in sight. Instead, we will not make it through. But then we do. We come out alive on the other side. But not only alive, but stronger and more beautiful. How is this possible? Because through this trial, we have surrendered our trial to God. During this trial, part of us becomes broken. It could have been a stubborn mind. It could have been self-reliance. It could have been a selfish heart. It could have been our love for the world. No matter what it is broken and surrendered over to God. Once we come out on the other side, we are stronger because we became weaker. We allowed God to take something out of us that was not of Him. We became more like Him. Because of this, we became more beautiful. His strength is beauty. Sometimes we have to be broken to see the beauty in ourselves. And that beauty is not from us. It is from God. I want to live so fully in God that He breaks me of my bad habits so that I can have good habits. I want Him to break me of my love of this world so I can love Him even more. I want Him to break me of my selfish desires so I can give like Jesus gave. I want Him to break me of my self-reliance. I want Him to break me of anger so I can be full of His love. I want Him to break me of loneliness so I can enjoy His companionship. I want Him to break me of my desires so I can share His desires. I want to be broken of my fears so I can have the courage to live for Him. I want to be broken of me so I can be like Jesus. I want to be like this rock, broken and beautiful. But this is possible only by God's amazing grace.
Today's verse comes from James chapter 1 verse 4, and it says, "But let patience have her perfect work, that you may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing." Now, I have actually already completed the verse. I tried to take a video of it and my video did not work. So I'm just going to kind of explain the process of what I did. First thing I did is I took a blank canvas and I used multiple shades of purple and painted it. Once it was dried, to make the circle wreath, I used a bowl, put it on top, and went around it with a yellow gold marker. Then I decorated the wreath using jade and pink topaz for the flowers and the leaves. I then began lettering using an oil-based marker pen and also used a black normal Sharpie. So I used the marker pen on the darker letters, and then I used this pen on these letters. And so that is how I completed this one. I'm sorry I do not have a video of how I did it, but this is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed and are blessed.